Bismillah, alhamdulillah, wa salatu wassalam, ala assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. This is Riad Ouarzazi. Welcome to another episode of ROC Ramadan 2014, day 18. Yes, again, I'm on my private jet. Yeah. Heading to Ireland this time for a couple more days before I go back home for another couple of days and then go back to Canada, inshallah ta'ala, for the night of the 27th, as I'm scheduled to do fundraising there, inshallah ta'ala. But let's go back to our topic, since we were talking about yesterday the topic of happiness, and we mentioned that dhikr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, remembrance of Allah, is one of the means to attain happiness. We talked about the ayat, whereby Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions that through the dhikr of Allah, that hearts find ease and serenity and comfort. I promised to tell you a story of this pious imam. Long time ago, my brothers and sisters, if people would hear the names of the imams, they would know them. But unless these imams live with them, these scholars, the shuyukh, they live with them in the same town, they wouldn't know how they look like, because there were no kind of like pictures or TVs or videos. Like now, you have not met a sheikh, for instance, of a person, but maybe you've seen him through like on YouTube or TV or whatnot. So the story happened to Imam Ahmad ibn Hanbal. Imam Ahmad ibn Hanbal, he traveled to another country where people didn't know him. He went to the masjid. He did not find anywhere to sleep, so he prayed Isha in the masjid, and he stayed in the masjid. After he finished Isha, he wanted to sort of like took a corner and relax. The guy who works at the masjid called him. He says, "Ya Sheikh, you need to leave. We don't sleep here." He says, "I have nowhere to go." He says, "No, you have to leave. This is a masjid. You cannot sleep here." So he went outside, by the corner, like outside of the steps of the masjid, and then he tried to sleep there. The guard came back to him and he said, "I told you to leave." And I said, "I left. I'm not in the masjid." He says, "Yeah, but you have to leave totally." So he dragged him from his feet. He dragged him out into the streets from the masjid. And the imam, did not say, "Don't you know who I am?" Today, maybe, like if it's a scholar or a sheikh or even a regular person, says, "Don't you know who I am? I'm so and so." But the imam didn't say that. He dragged him out. Who saw him? A baker. Baker was there baking bread. He used to work from after the Isha until Fajr to get ready for his shop after the Fajr, baking bread. So he saw him and he called him, "Ya Sheikh, come, you're looking for a place to stay, you can stay in my shop." So Imam Ahmad went, and stayed in the shop. But then he noticed that baker was constantly in the dhikr of Allah when he was baking his bread. He was baking and he made Subhanallah, Alhamdulillah, La ilaha illallah, Akbar, from Isha until about Fajr. He did not stop making dhikr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Imam Ahmad got really amazed, and then I told him before he left, he says, "How long have you been in this, in like this way?" He says, "Since I found out myself, since I realized about myself, since I learned about myself, I've been making this, I've been making dhikr." And Imam Ahmad said, "Did you see anything from the barakah of dhikr? What have you found from the barakah of dhikr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala?" He says, "The barakah of dhikr which I have found is every dua which I have made, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has answered. Allah has answered all my dua." And then Imam Ahmad says, "MashaAllah." And then the man says, "Yes, Allah answered all my dua except one. Except one. I made dua to Allah to see the face of Imam Ahmad ibn Hanbal. I have not seen him yet." Imam Ahmad says, "By Allah, it is your dhikr which dragged Imam Ahmad from the masjid out to the street and out to your shop. I am Imam Ahmad. Allah has brought me to so that you can meet me, so that you can see me." The barakah of the dhikr of Allah, my brothers and sisters, is that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala also not only will put blessings in your offsprings, will put blessings in your health and wealth. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will also make your dua mustajab. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help us to practice it, to convey. So remember, keep on making dhikr of Allah subhanallah, alhamdulillah, Allahu Akbar. May Allah help us all to practice it, to convey. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.